So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Hey. How are you creating your day today? All right, so I want to address one very basic principle that can turn 100% secure sale into a no sale. All right, and I've experienced it myself. How many times, let's see, recently my air conditioner went off, right? And I'm not an engineer. And I don't know the terms, right? Or I'm not a technician. And when the person comes in and tells me, well, you know, your compressor this, your compressor that, this is a blah, 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 blah machine, right? So when we use complex terms, we get lost. Like, you lose me there. I don't know if you're telling me that my air conditioner had a heart attack, or that it's going to work, or it's not worth it anything, it died completely. I don't understand what you're telling me, right? So I have been on the other side of the coin, being the buyer. And sometimes there's industries that have a very specific jargon. Any industry has its own jargon, right? Or particular vocabulary. So if you're not familiar with it, I get lost. I don't know. You know, I kind of like, okay, once I'm in confusion, I don't buy. I need to know what I'm buying and certain, and then be happy about it. But if I don't understand what's happening, I don't buy. So there's this basic principle. A confused customer does never buy. Right? Now, how do we turn this into a practical situation for ourselves? Let's see that we're a chiropractor, or we are a lawyer, or we are a technician of refrigerators, or, I don't know, a handyman, or an AC technician, etc., right? So we have our own jargon. We're used to that because we talk to our team about it, and we talk to the people that know about it, right? But with those kind of vocabularies. Now, when you go to your ideal customer, right? The one that you're serving. Normally, that person is not familiar with that terminology. So do not use it. Use simple words so they do understand exactly what you want to communicate to them. Just applying that very basic principle, if they do understand what you're trying to communicate to them, they have security, they have understanding, they can duplicate what you're telling, and most likely if they need that and you really have made a good job on enlightening them about what their product is, they will buy from you. So, never, 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 never use vocabulary that confuses your customer. You know what they're going to say? No. Someone who's confused never agrees to buy. So maybe you have 1 in 1,000, right? It is just kind of like one case. But you usually cannot make money off of that particular, we call them outliers in statistics, right? It's just like one guy that is off the basic sample, right? It's just off the charts. So, once you talk to your audience, normally you tend to want your audience to see, how knowledgeable you are, right? And then you want to communicate all these things to them, so you use your industry jargon or the big words, right? So you want to demonstrate your knowledge on the area, your certainty on the area, but the tendency that this has on your customer is negative, because that will be why you're not selling. Is because you're using those huge, big words that your customer can't understand. So make it super simple. Make it, those yellow books like, Computers for Dummies, or, anything, or Handyman Work for Dummies. That's exactly the reason why they exist, truly, is because you want to learn what exactly that area is about. So you're the representative of your industry. Make sure that when you communicate to them, they fully understand and dig you what you're talking about. Now, just as a drill, remember a time when the person in front of you who was trying to sell you some service or product, right, make you confused, or you end up confused after that communication. You got it? Okay, let me ask you something. Did you bought whatever it was, a service or a product? Did you bought from them? Okay, good. Most likely you didn't, unless the person took the care to explain to you what he meant by those big words or that very, very complex vocabulary. Okay, good. Now, next drill. Remember a time when you fully understand and you felt high understanding and affinity for the person who was trying to tell you what exactly they were servicing you on, either a service or a product, right? Either you were buying something you were interested on and you wanted to find out what was the best option, or something got off in your house and you needed a service, or any other service that you might have needed or product. Remember a time when you were so in understanding, for the first time you understand what, this whole thing was about. Do you remember that? Now, question. Did you bought, right? Most likely you did. And that is the power of making sure that when you are communicating or talking to your customer or client, you use very simple words. Try to be almost visual. One thing that it really helps, if you can do diagrams, if it applies, not in all services and products work, but to explain something, you sometimes can use diagrams, right? Now you have also the phone, which can show pictures of things, right? So the person understands what you're talking about. So I hope this little tip helps on increasing your sales. Have an outstanding day, and best than that, create one.